our audio, there's no audio. I need to adjust this so I can see. I need to pull up the Twitch chat and all that and make sure we're good. But we should be fine. Yeah, that's how we scale. That's how we scale, baby. I know the future. I can see it now. I don't know if I'll get banned with the stuff I'm saying. I shouldn't. I hope not. It's just the truth, man. Just the truth. Yo, I gotta stand up and fucking rep Cobra Kai. Jesus. Anyways. Yeah, I should. I've been binging fucking Hunter x Hunter on fucking Netflix. So, well, I should definitely watch Cobra Kai. That like martial arts kind of deal. I think it'll be great. Yo, folks. I don't even think we have a Steez of the Week right now. I don't even think I have one prep. Do you want me to prep one or not really? I can do it within a minute or two. Yeah, I think we'll have lots of Steez in this fucking gameplay. These are the fucking Steez bastards. Oh, God. Ryan. Oh, shit. Yeah, pop, and then spin. I was thinking about featuring it last week, but I was like, oh, that's so toxic, though. It just feels so, oh. But yeah. Because it was open net, right? He just literally backed out of an open net to do that. So I'm like, I don't know. Yo, Sancheezy, we gotta pet the dog. yo. Alright, okay. Yo, we'll get started in just a second. All right. I think we're good to go. Already? Yo, welcome everybody. This is VR Playmakers with DocEducation and TTao Gaming. We're hanging out today. We got some really cool clips from season 4. We're taking a look at Ignite versus New York Kings. Today is going to be just like a fun little experiment for us to try to see this format. How are you doing today, Doc?
I am recovering. Had a pretty cool couple of weeks. Thanks, TTao, for holding it down while I was on vacation. Went to a friend's wedding, and then came back and went for a backpack, and got a little food poisoning. So still feeling a little under the weather, but yeah, stoked to be here and stoked to be hanging out with you. Sanchezi, what's up? Yeah, and I'm really excited about these clips we're going to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, so for right now, we'll just keep talking, but why don't we transition right into the clip so we can take a look at some of this gameplay. Does that sound good?
Sounds good, man.
All right, let's do it. All right, what we're going to be taking a look at today, of course, is, as you can see... Oh, is this from... Yeah, there we go. There it is. This is Ignite versus New York Kings. We're going to see them start launch in just a moment. Okay, let me get...
Yeah, so just to set this up, yes. This is from Season 4. Obviously, New York Kings now...
Instinct,
thank you.
Instinct.
And they did win Season 4 finals against Ignite. This is not the grand finals. They met, Ignite and New York Kings met twice in the playoffs, in the finals. This is the first matchup. This is like the bracket matchup. And it kind of was a little bit shocking. New York Kings came out and ended up winning in straight sets. So, oh my goodness. What a save.
Let's take a look at that one more time. We got Shrem right here coming in strong. What a save. That was a 2-goalie meta right there. We're not ready for it. We're
Wow.
ready. That defender putting in some work.
Was that Kung?
I believe so.
I think that was
Beautiful
Kung.
pass up
Amazing read
high.
there. Beautiful passing. Kung
Yeah, beautiful
from the
pass.
backside finish.
Yeah, Kung coming in from the side. Beautiful pass from the backside. Beautiful slam dunk, as you can see. And Cruzen, I think if he slam dunked from the front, Cruzen might have saved that, but that was just a great move. Let's take a look. Should
Yeah, I
be
mean,
on
that's your
orange side.
goalie.
All right, we're gonna take a look at their joust.
So, Ignite scores first. Ignite in blue, not common for Ignite. And so they're going to be rolling out are the New York Kings. Looks like they're running kind of a short relay. They pass it kind of up through the middle, so all four players run through the middle. You can see there on the mini map. What a steal!
Yeah,
A little bit of a long pass there, but it looks like they will pick it back up.
So in terms of right now, I'm running cams right now with a controller. I'm gonna do my absolute best, but again, please, I will try my best to have my have the transitions be smoother. But beautiful pass, and the cool thing about replay view is the fact that we can slow it down and watch it from so many different angles. Strem, beautiful top pocket right there.
Yeah, just hanging on. You could see him anchored there. Nice little point for newer folks. Notice how Strem anchors with the left hand and kind of comes cross body with the right hand. So his dominant hand picks it up and then he's able to flick it into the goal just extraordinarily quickly. Goalie is looking at him, so goalie did react, but just too fast and too close for that reaction. Of course, if Strem were anchoring on the right hand, which is kind of more natural in that position, he would have caught it with the left hand, but then that means a much more difficult finish. So, if you're looking to score, it's good to anchor with your offhand so that your dominant hand can pick it up.
Oh, Clear gets caught by back line on New York Kings.
Yeah, Cruzen on the back line, hanging out, does a lot of work in this matchup. It looks like they were really ready for this ace play that Ignite runs a lot, which is, oh, that's a shot. Is that going in? Is that going in?
That's a beautiful shot.
My goodness.
We gotta watch that again. We gotta watch that. Beautiful shot from.
If you don't know this shot, some folks call it the Kung shot. This is Oculusator, but from the opposite side, wall shot also appropriate. But that was pretty sick. I mean, that's one of the longer, obviously longer possible shots to make
for sure
in the entire game.
100%. I think one of the only other longer shots will probably be like from backboard, like bouncing it off the side of mid.
Yeah.
For like, oh, that was so close. Oh, I remember this. We talked about this with Chev, I believe. Yeah,
Ding.
Yeah, a ding, but he was able to just recover. The speed of his recovery from that shot.
The recovery was
fast.
insane.
Yeah, you can see it. He slaps and he just instantly goes back. He almost slaps backwards. Yeah, there you go. Catches and is able to score right there. Again, at this level of play, the speed of which players score and are able to recover disc is just a blazing fast. And I think that's part of the difference between these lower levels and the lower levels and these like master like championship games. It's just the fact that the players can just recover so well.
Totally. That was a directed pass there, by the way. Beautiful bounce off that top bevel to bounce it down. Ignite is kind of using this clear and boost strategy quite a lot in this matchup, and it doesn't really work out for them. They're a little sloppy on some of the clears, but it looks like New York Kings just came out ready to attack this. So you can see their
the initial joust.
Off the joust, they're together. So they've thrown it together, and now they're trying to separate. But Cruzen on the back line is just always there.
Yeah.
And just doing good work.
What it looks like also is the stack right here. We're able to break the other stack, so you can see them, Strem and Ender right here. Strem breaks up and is able to just sort of stun out the other stack. Makes it much harder for them to recover as well.
Yeah.
Again, so it's stack versus stack. Very, very tough at this level. But again, able to get that pass. A nice, beautiful top pocket.
TTao, if you
Mm-hmm. So,
use your mouse scroll wheel down, bump it
down.
down a couple of notches.
Okay. Is that better?
That'll slow down. Yeah, that makes
Okay.
make it
Yeah,
a little
a
easier
little
for
too
you.
fast. Yeah,
It's hyperspeed. The standard setting is like hyperspeed. Um, so down 9-2, 3.5 minutes in, and Ignite is already under some pressure. They're trying this relay in. It looks like that's going to be Ryan moving up. So Ignite does get their offense set up. So let's see what they do here. This is kind of the first offensive setup for Ignite, which is kind of amazing to say. Beautiful passing back and forth. And oh my God, a Dusty and a slam. Ouch.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And being upside down is very. That angle from shoulder, like underneath shoulder, it makes it much harder for the goalie to predict as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Pathing
so
down.
Ignite now running their double stack. Ender and Cruisin are cutting up.
I believe it was just a bad bounce off of shoulder. And then right here. I believe that's a full clear. And then Jay's able to recover. Slaps it down to Pack. Ooh, got stopped by Orange
Yeah,
side. Defense. Let's go back.
Rewind that a little bit and pause it once they get the on the pack. Yeah, just pause it there. So Kung gets the disc, and Kung tries to deliver it low. Who's cutting down low? Just slowly move it forward.
Who? Okay, yeah. I believe the person that's coming down low is Ryan.
Yeah. So Ryan looks like he's wide open, but then slowly move it forward. Who comes out?
Goalie
Okay,
dives. Cruisin'
the
dives.
goalie comes out. Yeah. So Cruisin just jumps out of goal. Cruisin is reading that the whole way. Back it up a bit. This is kind of uncharacteristic of Ignite. Back to the pack. This is kind of uncharacteristic of Ignite because this is just very aggressive. I mean, this kind of play would work against probably even like a mid-diamond team or a high-diamond team. But you can see, I mean, the pass is a little off. But even if it was on, the player Ryan, the cutter Ryan, just got absolutely stunned out, and the disc would have been lost anyway. So a little bit uncharacteristic. Usually, you're going to see Ignite be a little bit more deliberate with the disc there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of really strong possessions, and again, slight passes that are just slightly off, and New York Kings is just able to capitalize on those very small mistakes. I believe it's a clear again. I'm trying not to zoom by too fast, but it's hard to catch up with the disc. I believe. I believe it's a 1-on-1. Perfect. Let's watch that in slow mo. Yeah, we'll watch that slow. So you have a great. Oh, whoa. What is that? 1 second. Orbit. Perfect. As you can see, pass it over to Ender.
And Ender just hide. Watch Ender just hide in this corner here. He moves sideways and a little bit backwards. So he ends up being kind of in this pocket, keeping himself away from the defender. So he's kind of shading and he's not going straight forward. That gives him just enough time to get that disc off. If he had gone just straight forward, floating in space, he would have, and like straight in a straight line toward the goal, to run right into that defender.
Absolutely. So from here, if he got it right here, and again went right towards goal. Oh, actually, that's not the best. Wait a second. That's not right. I think he just skipped forward, right?
Yeah, he skipped forward a lot. Yeah,
I apologize. That is
That's just a little glitch.
That's just a little glitch on controller. I'm trying to remember where we were exactly. I apologize. I'm not even sure where we're at. Do you
It
remember the
was
score? Five,
yeah,
6
it was
minutes.
somewhere in the 5 minute range.
I apologize, folks. Again, this is just literally the controller just spasming out for a second. I don't remember. I'm gonna keep an eye on the clock. I apologize. From now on, that won't happen again. I'll know exactly where we're at. But yeah, I got nothing at the moment. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, see, it's skipping around the controller. All right, give me 1 second. Score. I believe they score.
It was at least 9-4.
Yeah, so right around here.
I think it was right. I think the score makes it 11-4, and when the pass is completed.
Yeah, we have it right here. 11-4. Yeah, we'll go right up until they score. There we go. So it should be right around here. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4:30. Yeah, and again, beautiful pass by Ender going right onto shield. Strem is just able to just get that little bit of a duck to not headbutt the shield.
Almost got punked from behind there.
Almost. But again, he
But
had the stack.
kind of ducks a couple of times, you can see. So he's just kind of like, I mean, this is something that I really need to learn because you kind of feel like there's nothing you can do, right? You're floating in space, you have the disc, you can't just pause it there, like right when Strem catches it and is like going forward. So yeah, so stop right here. So right here, there's nothing really for Strem to do except take the shot. Maybe he saw these two defenders coming. Maybe he didn't. I suspect he did because the disc came from there. So he knows these guys are coming and they're coming fast, right? There's no geo that he can grab in order to change his direction. There's nothing he can do except duck. And so just slowly move it forward frame by frame. You'll see Strem do this duck right there. Just moving his body slightly down low.
Yeah, you can see that movement.
As he goes right there, as he goes across his body. And that just creates enough little sideways movement that he jukes out of the way. He also look at how he comes across instead of going straight toward the goal. He comes across and kind of down. Yeah. So he was just kind of like the whole time doing as much as he could to get out of that defender's path.
Absolutely. One other thing that I think doesn't get told enough, especially at low level, is the amount of blocking that happens. So if you take a look, Strembisky throws a shot and his block is on, and that's just habit right there, right? He takes a shot and just blocks. And if Ryan were to smack him after he initiates a pass or a shot, that block would have saved him. But again, blocking right after throwing the disc is, I think, absolutely vital in red situations. It'll keep you in play, and it's very, very low risk. There's the only thing that you're really risking is the fact that you can't get a leech because your hands are busy. But other than that, there's very, very little cost. So everybody block. Yeah, everybody block. And you can see it. There's no reason for Strem to block, right? Like, he scores.
Yeah, except, going back to that clip that we saw just a little bit ago where Strem did ding it out and then got that recovery and scored. Right here, he has to go for that top pocket. He might do the same thing might happen. He might ding it out, might get stunned out, but instead, if he has the shield ready, then he might get the stun out, he might get the rebound and the score. So, like you say, it's a nice little move to just have by habit. Like you should just be habitually just flashing, and again, you can test the boundary, but it's somewhere right in here that you can get your shield going. So if you're working if you're re-grabbing like this, then you can just immediately shield. And in combat situations, it's a really important skill to be able to maintain your re-grabbing. I've had times, I'm getting better at it now, where I can re-grab, shield, go through someone, and then as I'm seeing my re-grabbing partner go through me, I can grab them and then throw and then get my shield up again.
Absolutely. And again, as you're mentioning about the ducks and movement, you can see how he comes forward and
Boom.
I'm not sure if he ducks actually. It looks like he just goes down. Yeah, he just goes down, I think.
Uh,
Off the geo. I don't think he ducks.
maybe, yeah, maybe.
So right there. Yeah, it looked like a duck from farther away, but it looks like he just pathed with the geo, right? So he grab. Yeah, there was a second grab right there. Yeah, it was just a grab and a slap going down, which is
But you're right. I mean, that second grab makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't do that, he's getting stunned out like hard.
Yeah.
So all those little things are the difference between a defender punching your head versus punching air.
Absolutely. I think and juking is a topic that I think it's somewhat controversial in the community for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but there's a lot of players that are like, you don't need to juke, you should just pass, right? And it's like, especially at these high levels, I think you can see that everybody jukes when they get the disc, when they move the disc around. It's not so much about trying to 1v4 with the disc, but juking and disc handling is absolutely vital for players of any position at a high level. So what I mean by that is, even if you're brand new, start practicing some of your juking skills. Just play around with it, right? Especially grabbing geo. So I think one of the most common, when we just saw with Oculusator and doing that second little grab, is how big of a grab they do, right? At high levels, I think that players, when they're on geo, they do like these little movements, like little grabs, versus newer players, they'll grab a geo, they'll get one push off, and they'll just float off of one push. Beautiful backboard right here. You can see how Cruisin', he gets Cruisin' a dive and then just throws the backboard. And almost saved. Almost. I think it was almost safe. It was almost safe. But I think Ping would have got him anyways, even if he got the save.
Yeah, good point, Fallout Cast. That's exactly the difference that we're talking about. Juking is getting the disc and being able to create some space for 1 to 2 seconds while you look for a teammate so that you can avoid a defender and then make a pass, or this kind of stuff that we're showing in the bubble where you're making a slight adjustment to just create some space for yourself so that you're not getting hit by the defender. Trying to just like hold the disc for 15 seconds while you move from geo to geo, or like crawling up the wall and then trying to dunk it on someone. I mean, it's pretty clear in the meta right now that even kind of like a very top diamond tier defenses will be able to beat even some of the best jukers in the world. They're just too good.
Yeah, absolutely, and we can see it with Oculusator. So he even juked out my camera when he got the pass before, and I slowed it down and I showed it. But when he was on station, look at that! Look at this little
I mean,
play
you can
right
see
here.
right there, like this is a great clip because Oculusator is one of the best jukers in the world, and he has the disc. Pause it when he gets the disc on.
You can see it. So Oculusator, so Cruisin' goes in for the score. Gets headbutted. No, Jace grabs it for just a moment and lets go of it. I think he had auto grab on, I believe. And Oculusator pump fakes, moves down, jukes on boot.
Pause it right when he gets the disc on the boot, and like let's see his view. Okay. So he realizes he doesn't have a shot. Stop right there. So right here, I mean, there's a lot of players. There's a lot of really good players who would have such a tendency right now to maybe try and jump onto the shield and juke around on the shield and then go 1-on-4. But you can see all 4 Ignite players are in the bubble, and Oculusator, again, one of the best jukers in the world. Instead, I mean, it's also they're up by 12 with a minute left.
Exactly.
But Oculusator elects to do the very smart thing, which is back it out, hold on to the disc, look around, wait for a teammate, doesn't see one, So just he kind of just like creates the space, but you can see if you watch his head, he's constantly looking around and looking for a teammate, and then he finally finds one on the backside at some point and makes the pass.
Oh, slight miss on the pass over there,
Yeah, it's
but
like
still able to recover.
who's that? Strem?
No, that was cruising.
Let's say it's Strem.
Yeah, no, because I think Cruz just wasn't ready for it. He boosted away from it. He's like, oh shoot. Now, the fact that Strem said the funniest thing, man. He was just like, man, I don't know what my plan is for offense. If I don't know what I'm doing, they don't know what I'm doing. I'm like,
that's right.
That's the funniest.
There Dude, I like that comment because that's actually how I approach scoring. I'll go in on a drive and I'll just like do a barrel roll, and my whole body is just spinning, and I just throw it where I see any kind of gap, but
absolutely
there's no way to see the launch angle.
Yeah, and again, these are be able to get some stops. I think takes a 3, takes one more, I believe. Yeah,
what's up, Empty?
All right, so that's round 1. We're gonna take a look at the second round right now. Oh, yo, what's up, Empty? Empty is very interesting. I love the guy so much. Strem speaks wise words. 100% Strem speaks wise. He just I think again it's I've had this discussion with a few people already, which is again, Strem not having a plan and going in on offense is very different from a bronze player going in on offense with no plan. All right, what you saying? It's like saying someone who has like a 9th dan black belt going, man, I don't know how I'm going to approach the fight. I just have an empty mind when I approach the fight versus someone who just who has never fought in their life going, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just have an empty mind. Again, very different. And I know, oh man, this is some style right there. Oh man, this is some style right here. Getting stopped from Occulizator with a no. Wow. Is that no look? That's no look. That was just an auto grab.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked going in, right? But he didn't know the shot was coming.
Fake and then the Kobe.
Yeah, the Kobe right there. You can see
a little bit of steez, just a little bit of steez.
Yeah, Occulizator doesn't see it. I don't think he sees it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Oh yeah, clearly gets stopped, but yeah, doesn't get stopped. I mean, I apologize. Anyways, what I was going on that was Doc. If you want to throw in some Aikido references, feel free.
I thought what you said was absolutely great. Yeah, I mean, Strem comes in with an absolute arsenal of scoring weapons that he can draw on. Oh my goodness!
And you can see it, Strem coming in hot right here. And
what a read!
Oh, the only thing is, I think Dash stops on shield for a second. I'm not sure what. Yeah, he stops on shield for a second to read the disc, and that half a second of time. Was Strem going faster?
Can you just go a little bit slower, TTao?
Oh, sorry. Let me see if I can go a little slower than that. So, okay, let me just do a. Can I do a frame by frame?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, let's see what their speeds are. 15 and 14. So actually, again, this speed might not be 100% accurate because of the way Echo replay files, but based on right here, it looks like Dash might have gotten there just a slight bit faster, right? 14, 15, right? But Dash stops on this little on shield just for a second. Right here, I'll show you what I mean. And again, these are just less than a second difference, right? Yeah, you see that little stutter? I'm pretty sure Dash grabs and then pushes off. Yeah, he slaps off shield. Oof.
I mean, so that's another sort of underrated skill is just the ability to read the disc. I mean, Strem, I can't believe that he made that read. The disc bouncing off that angle of that wall and, was just able to pick it up in stride. That's an incredible read. Dash just just not quite at that level. I mean, that's an ungodly level.
Yeah, they're all godly. I think the slap was a great move, right? Because he positioned himself to get that disc, but it was literally less than like a quarter second, and then Strem just flew in and was able to get it. It's like it was just, yeah. Again, I'm not gonna.
It was just great and greater.
It was just, yeah, it was great and greater. Absolutely. Not saying that Dash did anything wrong in that position.
Absolutely not.
It looked fine, but just Strem just like.
I mean, that was
coming
just
hot.
Yeah, it was insane. It was an insane read.
And here's something really interesting. So this is like a play, right? But as you can see, like the speed at which they're able to get the disc and just throw, it's so fast. And then able to just turn it back. Again, this is a very common thing. Let's actually talk about that just for a second, okay? This is something that doesn't happen enough, especially at lower tiers, is if you have a pass off, and Octusator right here, right? As you can see, his low pass is being covered, right? Ryan's covering Strem right there. So rather than trying to force that situation, he just back passes it back to QB. Simple little move, but... And again, now they're much better positioning. He had open net, so close, just slight miss. I'm going to have to rewind that. Give me a second. Let me position the camera a little better. As you can see, Octusator able to get that. Oh, and a full reset right there.
Yeah, they're just... Kings, what's up, Farsight? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Kings just showed a lot of poise in this entire match. So now cruising on the back line, got to pull a defender out, and now they pulled two players out of the bubble. Octusator with an incredible juke. This is the kind of juke that we're talking about, right? Octusator gets the disc. He's got Jaywalker, an incredible defender, on him. And he just makes a little move down and then back, just touching. You know, you can see he's touching the Geo there once, twice, three, four, five times.
Let's actually count that real quick, because I think that's one of the major differences between juking at a really high level and a lower level is the amount of action you can get. In my mind, it's like in RTS, you know how like they have like clicks per second, like actions, actions per minute, right? Like that's the difference, right? So you can see it. So he does. So Octusator grabs disc 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We can see that right there. So it's not just one movement right there, right? You can see Octusator 1, right? And then turn, right? See that? Pa, and then up, and then a few more, and he's clear now. He's in the green. The moment Octusator looks down, you can see him looking down at Jay and go, okay, I lost him. He has all the time. Now he's able to go forward. And you can still see him keep an eye on Jay as he moves up. Right? He's still looking at Jay. He knows where Jay is. And again, once he's green, you can see that, he just like slaps and starts moving it forward.
But yeah, again, I mean, nothing against Jay there. I got absolutely nothing on Jay. But yeah, MD, Jay went poop. I mean, if that was basketball, we would have said that fool's ankles got broke hard.
100%. And we could talk all this shit because right here we're on Echo Replay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like don't I'll talk trash all day. don't actually let me get in a match with them.
Yeah. I love you, Jay.
Yeah, we love you all. Yeah, we did. So our team did have a chance to play versus like Kung in game in like, was it like VR Party League? We got fucking smoked, man. We got we did not score 1 point in like 20 minutes, dude. We could not score. I was like, wow, this is some. But yeah. They just like superb amount of control. Defense is absolutely amazing. And again, they're able to get disc. I believe this is the game where Game was unavailable, I believe, because he had was it
Dash
final?
Dash is in for Game.
Yeah, Dash is in for Game. Beautiful. I don't know if that was on purpose, but that was I don't think so. Was it on purpose? Okay. That's because that play is just so godly. If it was, that was just the most beautiful like self pass. Oh man, that's just. Yeah, I don't think it was a
backboard shot.
Yeah, I mean, it was on purpose.
I wouldn't put it beyond Ryan to.
that might be on purpose. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Ryan one of these days.
But I think he just barely missed the backboard shot.
Yeah, the cool thing about high level play is you don't even know when they mess up. You're like, it was a self pass. And again, Strem is got stuffed right there. So close. Yeah, he had an open lane, but he just got stuffed. Again, keeping really good possession, moving it forward. Okay, let's watch that slower. Yeah, I think the Occusator coming in hot was able to steal it. So if we take a look at how that played out real quick. Yeah, the stack was from mid and just flew in hard to save. Yeah, they flew in real fast. And then the stack is just able to recover. And you can see Strem playing bodyguard right there. So again, he doesn't have disc. Disc holder's right next to him. And he was able to stun out the attack, like the defender. Is that the right word? Yeah. Going and trying to stun out the person that's trying to steal the disc. Oh yeah, that clear was just able to get recovered, and the shot was able to get recovered. This is just some ping pong back and forth right there. Jay holding clear possession, throwing it down. I believe it's a full clear, bouncing, and I believe is it Jay who recovers? Yeah. It was Jay who recovers. Yeah, beautiful clear, bounces, able to recover Jay on backboard, able to take that shot.
Yeah, and that little move there where Jay gets this can just one tap down, right? He's got all the defenders coming at him, and just that one tap down creates enough space where the defenders just fly over him.
Yeah, on that topic too is the more we ask like high level players is just like if they get on backboard, you're in trouble, right? So again, just these movements able to draw out defender, and I think players, especially at low level, are not utilizing backboard enough. Like people will get it on backboard and then just go straight in towards the goal, right? And that's oftentimes where they get stuffed. They don't anchor, they don't juke at all. But I think juking on backboard is incredibly strong at all levels of play, especially at lower levels of play, because the goalie is not gonna position themselves to stop you from getting on backboard. Like it's very common for you to get it on backboard. And again, just slight miss. That was a pocket. It just dinged. It was so close. There we go. But again, able to pass it to a teammate. And then that juke, again, as you can see, these jukes that's being played right now, so Occusator, it's 4-6, so they're actually, they are under, so they want to score, of course. But again, even in this position where he's on boot, resetting it and backing it out.
Yeah.
Because it gives you an advantage, right? Because of the way the numbers work, as long as this person, so Cruz in the back line, draws out a defender, which he does, it is a... Oh, that was so close. Just slight miss. As long as the reset person draws out a defender, you always have number advantage. Like, it just... that's just the amount of math. Unless they leave an open net. In which case, you can probably just take the open 3. But yeah.
No one's leaving an open net at this level. Mm-hmm. They would just be punished.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, what I mean to say by that is... a lot of times you'll see it, especially at low levels, where you'll have a reset and then the person will just try to get rid of the disc when they reset it right away. So you'll reset and you'll pass. But I would highly recommend that if you're the reset option, always draw out a defender. Yeah, first backboard activates Debbie Gabo. Absolutely. As long as you're like paying attention, if you're on backboard, like with all these high level players, we're like, how do you defend against backboard? They're like, don't let it get there. Like that's their answer. If they get it on, if they are able to get it on backboard, yeah, they're gonna score. I'm like, oh, okay. So what you're saying is, someone should always get it on backboard. But again,
yeah, and you can see right there, Strem on the backboard.
Again, just there's some style right there too.
A little bit of style.
A little bit of style, but again. Once these mechanically skilled players are able to get it on backboard, it's just like you can see it, right? Like it's how even with, so there's 3 of them in there. There's 3 defenders, right? And Strem's still able to get it in there.
And I mean, if you don't know, it's basically right now with ping, it's impossible to stop a dunk. So I mean, you can punch someone out, but if you don't punch someone out, you can't actually. It, if you if I can basically I can dunk it through your hand,
Hmm.
and it'll go in. So
Yep.
once Scram gets on the backboard and is able to get onto the ring, um, I mean, you could see he just kind of just slams it in, and he knows that. I mean, there's literally nothing that anyone can do to stop the disc from going in.
Absolutely. That's why I think that's why this season was being called a dunk meta, right? Well, not this season, last season.
Yeah, dunk meta.
The
Yeah.
dunk meta was real, man. And again, there is ping advantage, goalie ping advantage implemented into the game, but I do not believe it's being used by VRML currently, and I don't think they have any plans to either, right? I'm not sure. Dunk.
Um, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
I've forgotten what the status is.
Again, able to get that stun out, which is great. Is able to clear it, but then again, these clears are being stopped by Cruzen in the back line. And you can see Cruzen is able to read that from. This is another thing that's not super common, but as you can see, Cruzen right here, hiding, hiding right here. No clear line of sight to disc, but again, because of the way the in-game works, he can actually see the disc position. It's like it's a tiny little dot, and he's able to read that disc. So, because I play midfield, right, and I would highly recommend all midfielders start hiding more, just hide more. And what you're reading actually is the motion of the wind up. So most of the time when somebody throws, they'll wind up and you'll see the disc actually do like a bit of a curve and then an acceleration from the throw. So if you can try this, right? Like next time you're in a pub or in a scrim or whatever, just like hide behind an object and watch. You should be able to read when they throw it and in which direction they throw. Like you don't need line of sight to read where they're going.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised if you're on the midfield and you see someone grab the disc and you're like not quite hidden yet. Just still go ahead and hide. Like you'll be surprised how often. I mean, think about it yourself. You don't always know where everyone is in the arena. So I've been surprised by I've been kind of floating around for a few seconds and I end up hiding and then 5 or 10 seconds pass by and they just kind of forget about you and then they throw it, they try and clear it and you're right there. You'll get a lot of interceptions from hiding.
Absolutely. And there's very little risk of hiding. Well, the one thing I think at high levels where you don't want to hide is if you have a stack. So you can show yourself to force them to clear the other side where the stack is waiting for them. But unless you have a stack ready, I would say always hide. And that takes a high level of coordination, which anything under, I don't know, anything under high plat, like I would just say just hide. So close. Slight ding.
They do get the rebound, and now they're going in 3-1, 3v2. Too much. Too much. With the slam.
That's right. I think he shoots. He gets stunned out. I think the disc leaves his
Okay.
hand
Yeah.
just for a
I think
second. Right here.
yeah.
Yeah. He gets stunned out. But his hand was in the motion of the dunk and it goes in. Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
Again, New York Kings down 1 point still. 8-9.
1
1 minute to go.
minute
This is it.
left.
This is it.
What's up, Spud? Good to
Hey,
see you,
what's
buddy.
up, Nick? Yo, we want to get you on the show too, by the way. What's up? What's up?
Oh, that would be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no. Oh no, the two throws. But there you go, able to recover, able to score. Oh man. That hurts.
Yeah, what was that? How did they get the turnover originally?
No, miss QB and then miss 3, but then able to recover. So again, dash able to get disc.
The QB tries to throw it to the cutter down there.
And I think
And
they should have been able to get that, actually. Just Jay Walker was blocking because Cruzen was coming in and just missed the disc by a hair, literally a hair right there. You can see his hand was actually going for it right there, but I think he had his shield was up, so I imagine he was hitting his trigger and just missed it. And then Cruzen right here, slight whiff, but that's all right. Able to recover and able to score. Goalie ping advantage. Yeah, Sputnik, you gotta let us know how that works. Yeah, we can see it like in some of these slam dunks. It's like they just can't save them. So yeah. All right, we have 30 seconds left. Ignites disc. 1 point lead for New York Kings. That was terrible camera work. I was expecting to clip through the wall. I did not do that. All right. All right. What are we looking at?
man,
Oh,
it took
Ryan.
me so long to figure out how to spell exhilarating. Holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, and they get another shot with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, if that scores, that would have been one.
Oculusator.
I believe Oculusator, that was an auto grab by. There's just so many bodies there. He was auto grabbing, and I think he just grabs a disc.
Not even looking again.
Oh no! This is so scuffed. I have 1 second left, and that's it. That's it for the game. And I believe that's the end of the replay file. But they do not score. Oh man, they just these last 10 seconds are just so they're so close. So close. Oh man, look at that. Beautiful anchor shot. Just too many bodies and auto grabs. Slight whip. And Dash was so close to getting it, but he gets stunned out. He actually touches a disc. As you can see that it turns blue. He touches it.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the turnaround and the slap out. You can see his head does swivel all the way around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his whole body turns, right? Yeah. He goes for it. You can see his hand go for it. He releases, but it's no good.
That's
he
where,
gets stunned out.
I don't know, maybe a little shield action.
Could be. But I mean, there's so many bodies there. Even if he shielded. Yeah, I don't know. Even if he shielded.
Yeah, tough.
Instant oversight. Yeah, Nepo could definitely test it. It's, there's a few different leagues. I believe there are some leagues that are trying it out. Was it? I forget which league. But I think one of the leagues has goalie ping advantage established. But again, we're not sure about that. We're just not sure. Anyways, that was, as you can see, I think the last, for the finals right here, like for the playoffs, these last few seconds, man, they're so tight. I believe that's what we have for today in terms of these clips. Those are what we wanted to watch. The biggest things I think people can take away from sort of watching this is the fact that one is the amount of like actions per minute, right? It's like these little jukes, and we could see it with Oculusator especially. Let me see if I can find a clip of that. But Oculusator getting these jukes in that are just so many quick movements. I believe it was on blue side, so I'm actually on the wrong side. He gets these few jukes in that are absolutely incredible, and I think the biggest difference that makes a difference, right, is the fact that he's able to. This is actually Strem, right? Yeah, this is Strem. This is not Oculusator, but the biggest difference is the fact that there's so many little movements that he's doing that he's getting these directional changes on some of these jukes, and it's not just like one big slap. If that makes sense. It's not just like slap, I'm going to transition, slap, transition. It's more like slap, 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 slap. Actually, yeah, this is, there you go. Perfect example right here. So you can see it, right? He touches, so he goes here, he touches shoulder, and look how many movements he does. 1, 2, 3, and then he throws. You can see it. Can you see that sort of jerkiness motion right there?
Yeah, right? He's just testing, probing. It's sort of like a point guard in basketball will just kind of like make little fakes. Yeah. They're never just like sitting there dribbling the ball, right? They're always like faking right, okay, crossover, fake left, just like feeling out how the defender is reacting to them until they finally see like, okay, they're not really baiting on my right jab. So now instead of a right jab, I'm gonna go hard right really fast. It's kind of like a similar thing going on there.
Absolutely. It's just so I would say for anyone that wants to go and practice or to take away from what we're watching today, practice juking and doing like quick directional changes. Like, can you get like 3-4 directional changes on a geo within a second? Like, and that's not even that hard to do, honestly. But I would say like get even more than that. Like, how many directional changes can you get within a very short period of time? That's a big thing. Two, I would say blocking. Just you can see how much players block and how much players get stunned out, especially with like Strem, where he would like. I remember watching Strem. This was one of the first times I ever saw it happen. Was the fact that I saw Strem literally he scored, right, and then he blocked after. Like he saw it go in, right, and then he blocked on the backboard. And I was like, why did he block? And it's just a habit of blocking right after throwing the disc, just block. And I think that's such a huge, it's such a tiny piece, but the fact that it keeps you in play. So especially on bubble offense, right? After you pass a disc, block right away, especially if defender's right next to you. So many times it would be like pass, block, and then go in for the cut. It happens a lot. Versus before where I'll be like, pass, stunned out, good luck, boys. I'm leaving it in your hands. What's the word? Thoughts and prayers. And then so I highly recommend not that.
Yeah, and it kind of flows like if you think about the motion of a throw, like oftentimes you'll be kind of pointing. Let me see. You'll be kind of pointing with your hand or your elbow like towards like as you throw. So your left hand, like your offhand, will be a little bit kind of toward your face, and then just as you release, just come back and flash that shield.
And then
Yeah.
go ahead. I talked about flashing that shield. By the way, it was Strem that was saying that. So versus Ignite, I remember he specifically said when he was fighting Ignite, like because he would go for the Dusty sometimes, and it's like the Ignite players would just flash the shield even when they're juking as a defender, just randomly would flash it. And he was like, that makes it hard for them to Dusty. And I think that's like another little piece where like even as a defender, just flash the shield. If you know the enemy team has a habit of going for like a Dusty where the disc holder goes for the stun.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got, as a defender, you've got kind of three things. You can punch them, you can try and steal the disc, or you can shield yourself, and as long as you're mixing up those three things, that's what's gonna make it a little bit unpredictable. So if you always go to punch, then that makes you really susceptible to enders, right? The defender knows you're not gonna go for the steal, so they'll just let go of the disc for a second, shield, you get stunned out, they'll get the disc back, and they'll just keep going. But if instead sometimes you fake a punch and just steal the disc while they go for an ender, then you're gonna get a lot more success out of that. And same thing, with flashing your own shield in case they're trying to Dusty you. Dusty, by the way, being of course when you have the disc and you punch someone, sort of like an ender, but by punching instead of by shielding.
Yeah, and you can let go of the disc or you can punch with the other hand. I believe there's different ways of somebody doing it, but I think the most common is someone would punch with their other hand. The next thing is someone would let go like an ender and punch with the same disc holding hand.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times, and the weirdest one I know is the fact that disc holder self passes, so he would throw it at a close side wall, punches, and then recovers disc by himself. And that's actually I've seen that a lot when they're right next to a flat surface. So it happens a lot like right here in this corner, right?
Yeah.
Where someone will juke and they'll throw it at this little wall right here, and then they'll go for the punch when the other person's looking at the disc that got moved. Or I've actually seen trying to remember G2X. Damn, name is slipping my mind. One of the players on G2X. I was with Empty actually. Empty knows. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Okay, I have to look it up in a second. But yeah, G2X, the captain of G2X, I believe starts with G. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Uh, I think I do. I can look it up.
Yeah, you gotta look it up for me. But yeah, Captain G2X, me and Empty were in a pub. And he kept doing it to me in this position right here. I was like, son of a. He would just self pass and then he would just stun, and I was just like, oh, it hurts. And he would just kept getting away with it. It was just really hard to self passes on a small surface and then going for a stun is just such an annoying move that's so hard to read. And it works.
Yeah,
it works
it is.
really well.
It's Giggity Gal.
Giggity Gal was the one that was doing it. Yeah, he did it to me like 4 times. I was like, I don't know what to do. He just stuffing me in the face every single time. But anyways, and beyond that, I think I think after watching this, what I really want to do is I want to get Oculus and talk with Oculus about Jukes. I think that's definitely on the agenda. It will happen, folks. It will happen. We'll get Oculus.
That would be super exciting because Oculus is also another player who's really evolved. Used to do a lot more juking and kind of like ducking and diving in the bubble, especially on Spaghetti. And when he came over to the New York Kings, started using those same talents, but more in a team fashion and. Kind of instead of going one on two, 1 on 3, 1 on 4, doing some of what we saw in this one, which is looking for the teammate and bringing everybody in, and obviously it really got him a championship.
Yeah, so you can take a look at this motion right here, right? So you can count how many times he moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So probably like 8. It's hard for me to count. I gotta like play slow.
In the space of like 0.5 seconds.
Right, you can see the clock, right? So he gets disc at 1.2, right? So that's 1 movement, 2 movements, 3 movements, 4, 5, 6. That's 6, 7, 8. I believe that's 8. Yeah. That's 8. Yeah, that's 8. So 8 within 1 point. So what? In 2 seconds, that was 4 per.
Yeah.
Right. So he gets
4
disc.
per second. So yeah. one every quarter second.
Yeah, 1 every quarter second. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of the movement. Like this, like how hard is that to read? Like I can barely keep up with him in slow-mo at half speed. In game when he's on boot, you have like a limited field of view and you're looking right at him. Like it's so hard. So again, like I don't know what the term for that is. Was it actions per minute?
Yeah,
in my mind, like that's what separates the really like high level players versus low level players, especially on juking, is actions per minute. How fast can you make those transitions? And I think one of the major differences too is the fact that these high level players, when they juke on some of these, they're using their wrist, by the way, right? They're just like doing little taps with their wrist. It's not a they're not juking like this, right? They're not swinging their hand. They're like tap like this, and you're able to get those same quick directional changes. So yeah, just a thought. Anyways, that covers most of what I want to talk about. What about you, Doc? You got anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think this match shows, just how in the margins are now at the highest level and really all the way down the ladder. Ignite played really well. They just made some small mistakes in this matchup and they got punished for it. Kings really didn't make a ton of mistakes. And I think we saw the reverse in the season 5 finals when it was Instinct versus Ignite. But that's for another day.
That's for another day. We will be talking about that one shortly, but we gotta figure out the status of what we can use first. But this one we have permission from Strombeski and Ender to use this on the show, so we're on the green on this one. All right, so folks, that is season 4 playoffs, Ignite versus New York Kings. I keep about to say Instinct.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the stutter. That's why I was about to say Instinct. It was not. It was New York Kings at that point. Absolutely amazing gameplay. Really quick movements, as you can see, and like just yeah. If anybody is watching this and take it away, anything from this tonight is actions per minute. How fast can you transition movements? Can you make quick? Can you make like what Oculus Air is doing? Can you make 4 quick directional changes per second on boot? I would challenge you to go ahead and try it tonight, right? Or the next time you play. Try to go around boot and try to like time yourself. How fast can you get those directional changes? Again, at these high level. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've actually, I have well, yeah, TTao, you know my little drill, but it doesn't really matter. Just, I think all of the geo in and around the bubble, just get really comfortable moving from shield to post to shoulder, back to post, over to shield, down to boot, cross to the other boot, top of shield, top post, bottom post. Moving around to the backboard, on the backboard, moving around on the top of the backboard, on the bottom of the backboard, moving from the backboard to the ring. Like, just get really used to touching all of those little pieces and build up that space in your mind, so that without thinking, you can look at a defender one way and you can move sideways and just immediately move from post to shield. And I mean, those are thin rails, really. It's very easy to miss them and fly past them. But if you can just like tap back and forth between shield and post and just build up that space in your mind, so that when the time comes and a defender's coming at you from whatever angle, you kind of feel like, oh, okay, the defender's coming at me from the right. Let me fake left. Let me then move back, bump to shield, tap off shield, and then now I'm going one-on-one against the goalie. That can sound like a really high-level move, and in some sense it really is. But with a little bit of practice, that kind of stuff becomes just like, it's part of your body, it's part of your muscle memory. And so your conscious brain is not thinking about those things. Your conscious brain is just thinking, where's the space, where's the defender? And then your body is just reacting and finding the right moves from there.
Absolutely. As we'll try to formalize some of those drills, so we can have like tutorials on like Wikipedia, like the skills map and all that stuff. The biggest thing, as Doc was mentioning, like in my mind, is having that spatial awareness where you could almost close your eyes and transition from geo to geo because you know where they are, right? Or looking away from it. So for one example is like looking straight at the goal, right, and then transition from post to shield to nest without keeping your eye, without looking. Like those are that kind of comfort and spatial awareness is what steps up your offense to the next level. Because then you don't have to, like, in those high tension situations, you don't have to think like, oh man, I don't want to miss the shield. And how many times, I'm sure, I know I've done it, right? How many times have you seen someone where they go for the offense and they miss a grab and they're just like, they just float away? It hurts, man. But yeah, it happens more often than I would like. But yeah, those are highly recommend getting comfortable with it. Beyond that, thank you everybody for coming. We're testing out sort of this format to see how it feels. Overall, I like it. I think this is actually really, me and Doc will chat more after this, but we're going to try out different formats, different things. Hopefully we can get another host, which is what I was talking with Doc about, which is to get a third host, but that's gonna be in the works. We'll talk about that later. All right, Doc, you have anything else before we sign off?
No, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you, everybody in chat. Farsight, Queen Cap, Bud, thanks for stopping by. MG, Fallout Cast, Crystal Sun, Sanchezi earlier on.
Yeah,
thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Really, cool to hang out. And, thanks, Farsight. We'll be back again next Thursday, same time, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern.
Yes.
And we're gonna go for at least an hour every night, somewhere between an hour and 2 hours. So definitely stop in early.
For sure. Thank you, everybody. You have a great night.